Right now, deep inside your brain, your corpus callosum is firing more than 300 million signals a second between your left and right hemisphere. And the neurologists who study it admit they still don't fully understand what happens when that structure never forms at all. Somewhere on this planet right now, a person is living a completely normal life without one. Their brain rewired itself around a gap that should, by every model we have, leave them broken. It didn't. And nobody can fully explain why. That bridge in your skull is working right now, whether you notice it or not. Every time you catch a ball while talking, every time you read a word and instantly picture it, your left brain and right brain are trading information across that bridge thousands of times a second. It's how a single thought feels whole instead of split. Now imagine that bridge simply isn't there. No cable connecting the two sides. That's agenesis of the corpus callosum, a person born with a divided brain that somehow doesn't feel divided at all. And the unsettling part is how many of them don't even know it's missing until an unrelated scan finds it, decades into an ordinary life. Here's what's actually gone. The corpus callosum is a flat band of nearly 200 million nerve fibers, the largest bundle of white matter in the entire human brain. In a typical brain, it forms early, around the 12th week in the womb, sealing the two hemispheres into one integrated system. In agenesis, that sealing never happens. The two halves stay physically separate for life. What should occur next on paper is catastrophic impaired coordination, fractured perception, a mind unable to unify its own senses. Instead, the brain reroutes. Signals detour through smaller, older pathways, the anterior commissure, the hippocampal commissure, structures normally playing a minor supporting role. They scale up. They compensate. And in a significant number of cases, the person shows only mild, sometimes undetectable differences in daily thinking. Here's the part the specialists won't dress up. They cannot predict who compensates well and who doesn't. Two people missing the identical structure, scanned with the identical imaging, can have wildly different outcomes. One with subtle social and processing differences, one who tests as cognitively unremarkable. The rerouting isn't a switch doctors can flip on demand in anyone else. It appears to only happen automatically, only during specific windows of fetal development, and only some of the time. Ask a neurologist to replicate it deliberately, to strengthen those backup pathways in a fully formed adult brain the same way, and the honest answer is they don't know how. The workaround exists. Nobody can hand it to you. Here's where it gets stranger, and this flips something you've probably heard treated as gospel. You'd assume more connection between hemispheres is always better, that a thicker, more efficient corpus callosum should mean a sharper mind. It doesn't hold up. In patients who have had the corpus callosum surgically severed to stop seizures, something odd shows up on certain tasks. Less crosstalk, less interference between the hemispheres, and in narrow situations, faster reaction times than an intact brain produces. Full integration isn't a universal upgrade. Sometimes the two hemispheres working a little more independently outperforms them working in constant conversation. The brain's wiring diagram is not more connected equals better. It's the right connection at the right moment, which is the actual rule elite performers and researchers into hemispheric integration have quietly leaned on. You can't grow yourself a new corpus callosum, but you can deliberately load the pathways that already cross the midline, and there's a specific category of movement that does exactly that. Cross-lateral, bilateral movement, the kind that forces the left hemisphere to coordinate the right side of the body and vice versa, simultaneously in real time. Cross-body drills. Contralateral marching where the opposite arm and leg move together. Even certain forms of juggling. Athletes and musicians who train this way aren't doing it for muscle. They're forcing rapid interhemispheric signaling under load, the same corridor of traffic the corpus callosum exists to carry, strengthen the way any bridge under repeated traffic gets reinforced. Tonight, this looks almost too simple to matter, which is exactly why most people skip it. 90 seconds of slow, deliberate cross-body movement, opposite hand to opposite knee, alternating, controlled, not rushed. Or writing a single sentence with your non-dominant hand while speaking the sentence aloud with the other side of your body in motion. The forced crosstalk is the point, not the difficulty. Do it before something that demands integrated focus, not after. But the corpus callosum isn't the only structure quietly deciding how unified your thinking feels. There's another region, smaller, older, buried deeper than this one. And what it's doing to your focus right now might be even harder to notice.